I am a man of my word, ladies and gentlemen, with Batman v Superman, with special appearance by Wonder Woman, coming out later this month. You bet your ass I'm gonna review a movie featuring Spider-Man. Kidding, although Spider-Man has about as much in common with this film as Wonder Woman.
In 1974, ABC Television... Darna, that's not the Wonder Woman movie I'm reviewing. There, the 1974 made-for-TV movie featuring the first movie appearance of Wonder Woman. The film was intended as a pilot for a proposed television series. The title character was played by former tennis star turned actress Kathy Lee Crosby, and one of the people to audition was actress Linda Carter.
Not sure what became of her afterwards.
The script about Wonder Woman tracking down bad guys who have stolen classified info on government agents was written by John D.F. Black, who previously wrote for Hawaii Five-0, and was directed by Vincent MCEVEETY, who directed episodes of everything, plus Million Dollar Duck. A notable difference in this series was updating the setting to present-day 1974 and focusing more on Wonder Woman's martial arts skills as opposed to her special powers. She's also blonde!
One thing is definitely for sure, this is gonna feel a lot more 70s than Turkish Batman did. I even put the Warner logo up there. That should have just said, the 70s. That intro was more 70s than Andy Gibbs snorting cocaine off Evelyn Champagne King's back while being photographed by Andy Warhol in Studio 54 with all parts being reenacted by King Harvest.
Good lord, we just started and already the movie is checking its watch. Hey look, just take our word for it, this is Rio de Janeiro. Just like this is also Paris. What? The title card is telling me so. These fucking scoundrels. They're stealing the world's only hotel Bibles left in existence, and the key to proper picture-in-picture transitions. Well, looks like the bad guys have already gotten away with it. So is the movie over?
The bar is open. Why don't you have a drink?
Good point. I do feel like I need a good pineapple upside-down cake martini to continue.
This is George Calvin, and he needs juicy fruit to move him. Soon they're all gonna be taken out by the Vinnie Barbarino twins.
Alright, made for TV.
Good, no witnesses. Mainly because not many people watch this special. I can't imagine why. With these Charlie Brown opening credits, yeah, Andrew Prine may be a guest star, but he's not a special guest star. Let's give a good listen to this theme.
The 70s, when any TV show theme could be interchanged with each other. Seriously, you could have played the Charlie's Angels theme over that, and it'd still look appropriate.
We now see Wonder Woman's origin story. She comes from Dinosaur Island, only without the page 34.
It was perhaps inevitable that the man-made world would one day require a unique woman, a Wonder Woman.
And she will immediately get death threats on Twitter.
Here she is auditioning for the goddess Isis. Before she leaves, she must say goodbye to her sister, Laura Gemser. I'm not sure what's going on. This damn clicking is distracting me.
Sounds like someone's sitting on the remote, yet the channel isn't changing.
They all seem sad to see her leave.
There's deep sadness in having you leave us, but there's also joy.
Wonder Woman is kind of a gossip. They're secretly glad to see her gone.
And now she's off to become Diana Prince, the world's greatest secretary. The Peggy Olson origin story is a lot more far-fetched than I thought it would be. Diana works for government agent Steve Trevor, and agents from all nations have arrived to check out her ass. And also hit on her, awkwardly.
Here's today's surprise. I know it's small, but It's the best I could do on short notice.
He's talking about his penis size. Bravo for honesty, but I don't think she's interested.
Dinner, D? Don't answer now. Think about it. Think about it.
He just admitted to having a small dick. What's there to think about?
Oh yeah, and there's some mumbo-jumbo about secret codes being stolen, classified info being revealed about government agents, and Robert Novak publishing their names. Maybe they should do a better job setting up this office, considering how anyone can just listen in. The agents have 1 hour to find out information, and only 30 seconds to hit on Diana again.
See you later.
You're creepy, and you have a small penis. I don't care if your info gets leaked.
Diana is the only one who can solve this, so she needs to come up with an excuse.
I'll be away from the office for a while. A dental appointment I lost a filling.
If by dental work she means she's gonna do everyone else's job for them.
Nobody can replace you.
Very true. No one else has played Wonder Woman since Kathy Lee Crosby.
Her first lead is to check out this nearby stock footage, and no matter where she goes, creeps keep checking out her ass. Good thing her identity is still a secret.
Wonder Woman. She's here.
Or not. I don't know who hides their identity worse, Wonder Woman or Turkish Batman.
What we've learned so far is that the agents love watching clips of other failed pilots like codenamed Diamond Head, and that you can tell Ricardo Montalban from just his hand, and of course his voice.
She should be eliminated.
Just delay, George. 72 hours. Just delay, George. 72 hours.
Why are you trying to hide him? That is obviously Mr. Ludwig from The Naked Gun.
She's so stealth that even before checking into her room, they instantly try to kill her.
Look, that's how elevators work in this building. The element of surprise helps choose the floor quicker.
But at the least, George thinks he can sleep with her.
You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, and if you don't have dinner with me tonight, I'm just gonna have to throw myself from the top of this building.
And then he jumped off the building, and the movie ended.
So long as he doesn't creepily kiss his finger and then touch her forehead, maybe he'll be fine. Although he shouldn't have gone with the Lloyd Christmas line of tuxedos. Or starting off the conversation with a poem.
The sails looked like clouds. All that was missing was an angel to make it perfect. Come sailing with me tomorrow.
May I bring you an aperitif?
Do you mind? He's quoting Styx to the lady.
Just remember, George, you're on a date with Diana Prince. Play it cool.
You are so totally captivating. Let me make love to you.
Or rush things like you're in one of my porno episodes.
Eesh, the guy looks like Peter Coyote mated with the Roadrunner. The date lasts less than 5 minutes, which is probably how long he would have lasted in bed, too. Steve actually does know what Diana is up to, with the dentist story simply being code. So it's nice that he also makes his best agent his secretary. She has the skills of a ninja, yet also makes a fine cup of coffee. How did he find out her origin? And if he already knows she's Wonder Woman, why'd they even need to come up with the dentist story? Oh no, she's gone back in time and the past is pushing back! We interrupt this program to bring you America. I can't imagine watching this in 1974. I'd have to wait through an entire commercial break to find out that she doesn't die. She tracks the car to a rich man's pool party, or so she thinks. It's how he likes to sleep at night, annoyed by the neighbors having a party. The only way Ricardo's reveal is going to be a twist is if he turns out to be Hervé Villechaize. They try trapping her inside. Oh no, a gate!
They've killed a lot of paper boys with that thing.
Not that the hotel is any safer. It's her fault for staying at Casa de la Villains. Here, she makes sure that no one is in her room.
My key. I've locked my key in my room.
Pity. Won't you come in and tell me all about it?
Great, the hotel staff are henchmen, and the tenants are rapey as fuck. Even though she took precautions to see if there was anyone in her room, she still goes inside and is immediately captured. I still don't know why she didn't want to sleep with him. He looks like a vegetable Mario would have thrown at Wart. Oh boy, an empty trunk. I don't like where this is going.
Coming up next, will they stuff Diana Prince's lifeless corpse into a trunk?
Nope, she kicks the shit out of them like it's the opening credits. And now we're off to beautiful Tokyo, Japan. Wow, her presents back to Steve just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Okay, whoever sent him that is an ass.
Someone has also sent Diana a present as well. I bet it's a tiny donkey.
Where you go, I go.
I'm sure you didn't call to chat, George.
Or it's a snake. How is this plan easier than just shooting her?
How is Diana gonna get Manimal out of her apartment this time?
This is room 519. Send up a container of milk and a saucer.
By confusing a snake for a cat.
Unfortunately, she's got the one lactose-intolerant snake. But tip the bellhop with a plate of cookies. Just because George tried to kill her doesn't mean they can't go on a second date.
I'll spend the rest of my life wishing I'd met you under other circumstances.
Yeah, normally he kills people with snakes after he sleeps with them. I wonder if his boss is the shadowy figure across the restaurant, the one who disappears when a tray goes by. He threatens to kill her again, but she leaves him a present this time. That's right, a snake without a saucer of milk. The villains demand money to be delivered to them in bags to be placed on the burro.
When briefcases are deemed too difficult.
But more importantly, the Friends cast is showed up to dance in the fountain, and there can only be one TV crew here at a time. Her sister shows up to tell her job's a joke, she's broke, and her love life's DOA. And that her other island sister, Angela, is a fucking traitor.
I'm curious as to when my part in it begins.
Now.
Uh-oh, the brunettes are conspiring against Kathy Lee Crosby so that they can take over the role.
Huh, I never knew that Tijuana animal porn had such a rigorous screening process. This movie is getting a little weird.
Oh, I thought so until I saw the topographical map of the area around Alba, Nevada. A burrow's a perfect choice.
All of those words together certainly forms a sentence. Doesn't mean it makes sense.
Take your time, boys. Bonanza just ended production. You got plenty of time on this set. Could be worse for the burro. He could be the source of shit jokes in the Ridiculous Six.
Poco más rápido, por favor.
And this way, he also gets to take part in his spanking fetish.
We're over halfway through this film, and Wonder Woman has not appeared in costume yet.
Oh, that's why. What the hell kind of Wonder Woman costume is that?
That's not a Wonder Woman costume. She just won the Olympic bronze in tennis. But on the plus side...
she can crack necks with just a tap on the head.
Good God, even the set is bored with this. And the other actors are playing their Magnavox Odyssey. This is just an elaborate way to really confuse a donkey. And to say lines like this.
We're not getting any signals from the hoof transmitters. We better get copters in here to make visual contact.
We're not getting signals from the hoof transmitters. You just said that with a straight face.
This isn't too bad for the donkey. He's getting his first shower in years. And how is it that this near-empty room has more magical powers than Wonder Woman? Jesus, they just evaporated that donkey. No, don't go in there. Nothing good can come of this.
And don't worry about about that. Nickelodeon Studios is right upstairs. It often leaks through the ceiling.
The villains took time to develop acidy sludge, but no time to replace the breakaway glass. By the way, the donkey didn't evaporate. He was just teleported to another part of the desert, where he's about to see the real villain of the film.
Minos! I wish. That would make more sense than what happens next.
Turns out this is a magic cave, where once you go inside, a convenient splice is put in the film to make their 2 donkeys look like 4 donkeys.
Which means that part of the movie's budget negotiations involved whether they could afford 2 donkeys or 4.
The rest of the cast is killing time by throwing javelins at stumps. And if George Calvin looks not unlike Michael Greer in Messiah of Evil, it's because Angela portrayer Anita Ford was one of Greer's girls in Messiah of Evil. Unfortunately, Wonder Woman only had time to save 1 donkey.
Oh, holy crap, is she gonna get hit by a javelin? Okay. Didn't see that coming. I guess that's why she only played the part once.
Just kidding. Wonder Woman and Angela fight with the javelins, as opposed to using judgmental stares like in the old days. And Indiana Jones, pet detective, just likes to watch. All it takes to defeat her is breaking the spear. How graphic.
I won't be indebted to you, Diana. Set your price.
Last wish was to watch a helicopter carry away a donkey. I understand this wish.
I sure hope they explain that cloning cave at some point. This burrow has more screen time than Wonder Woman in costume, and Ricardo Montalban's face.
She does have a style. A style all her own.
She certainly does, and it's definitely not Wonder Woman's style.
Ricardo makes George another wager, not sure what the point of that is, when I'm sure he could just clone the money in the cave. Oh look, Wonder Woman tracked them there. They are really incompetent.
You gotta love 70s commercial breaks. They're easy to make it look like the movie ended horribly.
I joke about the costumes, but the beauty of 70s superhero costumes is that even when they fuck it up, it's still sexy.
Oh, and now for the most obvious appearance in the movie.
You are exactly as I pictured you.
You're exactly as I pictured you. Holy shit, it's Benedict Cumberbatch!
This guy has all the power in the world, yet still can't make George take off that stupid hat. Though George is very upset, because there's no way he's getting a 3rd date. That's too bad. They could say more stupid lines to each other like this.
You found what has to be the most unlikely place to live in the entire country, Mr. Smith. Inside the north wall of the Grand Canyon.
Another line you just said with a straight face. Bravo.
And on the plus side, they do explain the cave.
Visually confused it with 3 other identical burros, and you still followed it.
You see, hoof prints are almost as distinctive as fingerprints.
Cave explained, and I still feel like I want to laugh at the movie. How is building a magic cave easier than just buying 4 donkeys?
Still, the most unrealistic thing about this special is that Ricardo Montalban is playing a character named Abner Smith. Well, whatever, this special is so cheap that it couldn't even afford an invisible plane for Wonder Woman.
I have this marvelous plane that flies that much faster than yours.
That's her another Wonder Woman series. Am I the only one who thinks Mexican Christoph Waltz should get away with this on the grounds that he's the classiest one in the movie? Look, he's even got a rich Corinthian helicopter. And as for his rapport with Wonder Woman...
May I look?
If you give me your word, that you won't try to sabotage it.
I'll have to pass.
They have the best chemistry in the movie. I don't want him to go to jail. I want them to get married.
Although she goes back on her word. She blew up something, offset, and she tries taking their hard-earned stolen money.
Now put those saddlebags and that box on the floor.
Well, that was sexist.
So much for letting her fantasies come true. Ah, damn it, fooled again by matte paintings. Hell, the biggest threat to Ricardo's plan was simply hiring a traitor like George.
Why, George?
Because he looks like a literal dick. A dick who was dumb enough to leave an open space over the trap door. I'm going to assume that was George's fault. Even Ricardo is against George, as he gasses him and leaves him behind when George tries to double-cross him. Anyway, I'm distracted. Kathy Lee Crosby on a motorcycle? Hot. And Ricardo Montalban is somehow making this look cool. She at least gets to show off one of her powers, diving, and magically appearing in front of him a half a second later. And then the real hero of the movie goes to jail. This is indeed a sad story. No wonder it didn't get picked up. People were too depressed. However, that's the look of a man who has a plan B and is only going to be in jail for about 5 minutes.
Wonder Woman, I love you.
I love you too, Zach Powers.
Now that they have their Encyclopedia Britannicas back, she returns to being a secretary. So, what's it like to be the most competent one there and still have to do errands for a guy who sits in his office?
Painful. A little.
Yeah, the job does come with some sweet ending credits.
The ratings for the 1974 Wonder Woman were described by the network as respectable but not wondrous.
What? You only made this movie just so you could make that ridiculous pun!
ABC went back to the drawing board to make a slightly more faithful Wonder Woman series. That's right, written by David E. Kelly. I'm kidding. The Linda Carter series debuted 1 year after this TV movie, and while Kathy Lee Crosby claims to have been offered the role of the title character, this would be the first and only time she played Wonder Woman, making her not necessarily the George Lazenby of the series, but more like the Barry Nelson. It's not a hard special to find, as the film was released on DVD through the Warner Archive collection. It's an interesting look in the what could have been sense.
I'll tell you exactly what would have been. We could have seen Abner Smith released from prison to get his revenge. And that alone would have been worth continuing this series. I mean, I wouldn't have watched it, but, you know, I'd had the option.
We give the burro a command in Spanish, slap it on the rump, and leave.